I mean, come on, man. You've been waiting for this moment, bro. It's time, man. You have to do it, bro. It's now or never. All season, son. Are you ready? Yeah. Away, boy.
We talking numbers, sum it up. Look at the score, just run it up. Look at God, we gone. Man, cause you ain't involved. We talking numbers, sum it up. Look at the score, just run it up.
It's just got 9 minutes after 7 o'clock. You can hear my guest is here. It's just very busy. Cool Jody.
Yeah.
Huh? Or a grotes. Who is a grotes?
Nah. See, and that's another thing we gotta discuss, you know. Grootman is a very strong title, and I'm too young to have the Grootman title. I'm too young for that.
Whoa.
Like, I don't deserve it right now. That's the thing. And I want the youngins to understand.
Why?
Come on, though.
Okay, but
like for example, I do want the Grootman title, but I have to earn it. And if you're from my era, it's very, very hard to get the Grootman title. Because there's also people that are older, but you can't call them Grootman because of the way they behave or the way they hold themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a simple thing to just have.
Okay, but think about it like this, right? You cannot control the way people receive you and the way people perceive
there we go.
you.
That's bars. Yeah, that's bars.
So you can only control how you present yourself to people.
Facts.
So if I decide Jody Grootman laga, you can't tell me because it's my perception and how I receive you.
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah.
So take it on the chin, take it as an honor.
Yeah.
I
take it, right? But I'm just saying, I want to explain how important it is to, if you're giving it to somebody, you understand that they've gained enough experience, and experience obviously, gives you wisdom. So when you have those, and then you can be called Grootman, and you got to do some things too. You got to also have that thing where you have the Grootman effect. You give back, you participate, you help, you assist wherever you can and stuff like that. So I believe it's hard to get the OG or Grootman title.
Go with a young OG one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go with a young OG. Because haven't you been doing this since you were like 6, 7? That's over 20 years.
No, I was not that young, but yes, I found rap when I was very young. I was like 7 years old. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. So.
And I know the math. That's over.
So you calculating
20 years. So I know the math.
So you know the math. Okay, now you got me. All
right, so Jody is here. I'm not going to call him Grootman because he doesn't quite like it. But what we are going to do is get into 5 random questions just to get him settled in. They're very random. They have no theme. They are just quite terrible, but I think you're going to love them.
Let's go.
All right.
Questions on the list.
Who's your favorite superhero and why?
Who's my favorite superhero? I guess it's Spider-Man.
Why?
He was real, and the time I found Spider-Man, I was also like, the movie. Let me say the Sam Raimi movie. That's when I found Spider-Man, and I was like, this guy is so real. He's a teenager. But he's more of a geek. He's a nerd and a geek at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. Right, socially awkward and everything. But he kind of he's he feels real. Like the Spider-Man series, the Sam Raimi one, it feels very real. It feels like something a teenager's going through, and you get superpowers, but you don't automatically get rich or nothing like that. He still got some bills. He didn't even have a nice apartment. Everything sucked. His girlfriend doesn't even like him. It was just bad for Spider-Man. So it was so real. So that's why I was like, yeah, Spider-Man is a real superhero. Like, it's not fake. It doesn't feel fake,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. A food that you find horrible.
A food that I found horrible. I'm trying to think.
You're a Hoover.
If something is bad, I just stay away from it. So, and also I take it out of my mind. So I can't think of it. I can't think of. I can't think of it. Yeah,
there we go. There it is. Okay, an unexplored talent that you believe you have.
Unexplored by who?
By you.
Or by me?
Yeah, you know it's there, and you know that you could do it.
Yeah.
But you haven't really done much about it.
Damn. I would say. Am I allowed to think a bit? I would say. I think I'm a dope. I've explored it though, but I think I'm a dope rugby player.
Really?
Yeah.
Which position?
I was a wing, number 11, like Brian Habana.
So you can run.
I can run.
like
Run away from police, run to the money. You know what I'm saying? Run away from arguments. I'm good.
One thing, okay. One thing you feel the world could do without.
The world could do without social media.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, I knew it in my mental mind.
See, that's But I think we can do without social media for a while. I mean, we can go back to it after some time. But, because, people are addicted right now. But I feel for us to connect as people, we got to disconnect first for now.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, in the
disconnect.
Beginning... to connect. Yeah.
Literally like a... All right. And then your favorite non-hip-hop song?
My favorite non-hip-hop song, Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. Really? It's one of. But yeah, Jamiroquai.
I did not see
Virtual
that
Insanity, yeah.
Okay, I'm shocked. We're going to take a break. I didn't see that coming. We're coming back with J. Jody. Yeah. Here is Sundress, J. Jody and Uno Rams, and then we're going to unpack all these beautiful sunset stories.
That's right.
Right, it's just gone at 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. We are live and in full effect hanging out with J. Jody. J. Jody is doing entirely too much. Physically live for busy man.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
But I suppose it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Tell me about your day. How was your day today?
My day was good. Like I told you off air, I went to fetch a young gift that was made by 2 young men. They are in the upholstery business. I hope I'm saying it. Yeah, upholstery. So shout out to them, man. They gifted me with a couch. Yeah. It looks really nice, and they had a pillow with my name on it done. So I just went to them and I was like, yo, man, let's take a picture and everything so I can help push the business as well. So you guys can, push your services to other people. So yeah, and that's what I did before I came here.
On your hot lines.
Yeah. Gotta try,
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into Sunset Story.
Yes, ma'am.
12 whole songs, but I can use them.
Right?
Why?
Because you know what? I had these beats. I had a batch of beats from Sunday. Shout out to Sunday, by the way.
I like that drop. I just can't say that.
Yeah. But those beats, they had a certain feel, and it was a certain sound. And once I heard that, I knew that I could probably make a very cohesive project from that. So I was like, okay, cool. Here's the beat. It was called Unity, the beat of Sundress, and the beat of Purple Palm Trees. What was it called again? I forgot. But I was like, okay, cool. I see where this is trying to take me, and I'm not gonna fight it. So I'll just put, whatever content I have to put on here. It'll take me where I need to go. So I just kept going. I just kept recording, and this is also in the midst of finalizing Heaven Can Wait. Really? I had already started. I just try. I love to work ahead because right now my album is ready. I just need to put one verse, and then it's gonna be done. You know what I mean? So. So I just put that together, and Sunset Stories just became. Actually, I had sunset in my mind because I love that piece of time, like when the sun sets. Yeah, it messes me up. Like I think I have a condition called synesthesia, right? So where sometimes if you listen to music, you kind of time travel, and also. If it's really like hardcore, you can even smell a certain smell where you were maybe when you heard that. Like in your mind though, it's also like just a mental thing. But anyway, that Sunset Stories thing just came about because at that time also we were frequenting Cape Town, and I just caught the feeling and I just threw it on there, and I'm like, this is gonna be called Sunset Stories Mixtape, because this is a tape, but I want to drop a tape before the album so people can actually see if they will want to listen to my album or not.
Do you know what they call somebody who likes sunsets? There's a term for it.
There's a term.
Yeah. Do you know what that term is?
No.
Can I school you? This is so nice. It's so nice to school learned
Let's
people.
go, yeah.
They call them an opacrophile.
Oh.
Opacrophile.
Opacrophile.
Yeah.
It sounds bad. It sounds like pedophile. No. It sounds like pedophile. They should drop the file, and then they should put something else after the shit. I don't like the file part. I don't know.
But that's what you is. You're an opacrophile.
Opacro? I'm an opacro. The file is out. No. I would like to stick to opacro.
That is intense. So that's how the sunset stories came about, because
it's just the feeling
of how the sunset makes you feel.
Yeah.
And did you want us to get that same kind of feeling, especially because the opening joint is just a sensory experience?
Yeah.
You can hear the water.
Yeah, I requested that intro just like that.
Yeah,
I requested it because we were done with most of the songs, and I said to Sunday, I need an intro. And that intro should be like the same scale as the first song, like the same key, right? And then at the same time, I said we need to put ambiance on it, like have the whole sunset vibe thing, the birds and everything and whatever, And yeah, that's what we did. But the stories part that comes after sunset, I think that's the most important thing, because I just put a lot of my thoughts there. Like days I have, things I think about when I'm alone also.
Yeah.
But also things, my conversations, some of the songs come from conversations. Like I would have a conversation with you and, I might put it on a song. Yeah, I might put it on a song, but in a very obviously calculated way that makes sense.
Yeah.
And pieces the whole thing together and makes a song. So, yeah.
How many other joints did you actually write at sunset?
Damn, that's a good question. My memory's hazy because I was high all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. I was smoking all the time.
Are you high
just
right
getting
now?
in my I'm actually very sober. Nah, I'm actually very sober today. I'm chilling, but yeah, I think that's what threw me in there. It's just I had the ideas, and then the sound was just saying go here.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sharp, I'll go there, but I will still keep my subject matter intact and say it on these beats.
What was the most difficult one to pen?
What was the most difficult one to pen?
Yeah.
Oh man. None of them. You know why?
Why?
I was in a very inspired mode.
What was going on?
So I was finishing quick, no, but not okay. Anyway, but I was like writing quick. You feel me? I was writing quick, like really in there, and I'm like, okay, sharp, I'm inspired. This beat is talking to me. This is what I'm gonna say on it, and I was in there. And mind you, I don't like write per se, as in like type in the phone.
Yeah.
So maybe if I type in the phone, it'll be like one line, and then I'd put it there so I don't forget it. But I have something else, and I just record something. I leave it there, and then I piece it together. So that's how I
crazy.
record.
So you have
I
like
write
little
on the mic.
references
to
kind of jog what you wanted to do, and then you just go with it.
And then I go. Sometimes I'll be saying a bar, and then that bar will just say, oh, it would be crazy if you said this after that. So I don't chase the rhyme. My thing is I don't chase the rhyme, but I chase what is in between before the last word that I'm going to try to rhyme with. But in between is what matters the most for me.
Oh, it must be insane in your brain.
Yeah.
It must be such a trip.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
kind of weird in there.
All right, so it's just gone 27 minutes after 7. I'm going to play Don't Beg for Love, Jody and Boy Wonder. And then I'm going to ask very detailed questions about some of these lines that I'm hearing. All right, time is moving way too quickly for my liking. We've got 29 minutes to go before we hit 8 o'clock, and we've got too much to go through. All right, so I just played Don't Beg for Love featuring Boy Wonder. And have you ever found yourself begging for love? Whether out loud or just in the way that you move?
I said something on Heaven Can Wait. I said I used to be a people pleaser. That's true. I used to be such a big people pleaser. I used to get anxious when I thought some people don't like me. Yeah, it was very hard for me. So I kind of overcompensated most of the time, and it kind of made my whole entire thing just feel like crap. I just felt like crap. And that's why I also say the other line on the confrontation, I say, don't go hating yourself trying to be lovable. I remember I used to do that too. I used to try and just be this likable guy, until I realized, man, F that. You know what I mean? Not all y'all gonna like me. And
what
that's
made
just
that change happen, though?
The change when I got shot.
Jody,
I mean, after that, I realized, what time it was.
Okay.
That there was a lot of clarity on that hospital bed, and also having those dreams where it was kind of like I was dead or something. But God spared me, and for a reason. And at that time, I was like, okay, it's time to be myself fully. You know what I'm saying? So that's why most of the music, I'll keep quoting myself, be myself also is another thing, to try and talk to people just like me, or, if they were like me at that time, where they're trying so hard to be, like present and also in the world, and try to be like, this is me, this is what I can offer. And I'm like, nah, man, chill, do you, and trust me, the world will follow that, so.
Do you find yourself almost falling back into that pattern? Because when you're so used to being a certain way, if you are a people pleaser, it means that you're also an empath. So when things happen, you just want to be in the mix, and then you find yourself like falling into those patterns. Is it difficult?
It's not that difficult anymore, because everything takes practice, and it takes about 21 days to form a new habit.
Yes, it does.
So I tried to push myself at that time to really get used to this new habit of really being myself and not being afraid to say this is how I am. And if 6 out of 10 people don't like that, I will be okay still, because before then it would give me like, it would stress me like, not 10, all these 10 people don't like me.
Oh my gosh.
But I was like, nah, man. And then I practiced every day. I woke up, I nikka the kalimela, like, yo, come on, man, we spoke about this, and then I moved a different way, and then I got used to it. So now it doesn't happen too much, but when it comes, maybe I'm in a very different setting,
right,
and it's a new environment, new people, and maybe it kind of comes to me, and then I remember. So always try to remember. And I was like, nope.
Do you know what's really ironic by what you're saying? What's really ironic is that with you saying that you just decided to stop trying to be liked by everybody, the irony is that you are very likable now.
That's crazy.
You're crazy. One of the nicest people that I've met.
That's the most weirdest thing, though.
I don't know. Is it?
Probably it was weird. I mean, at that time, I bet I was putting people off because maybe it looked weird, But now, because I'm being myself, that's why people can gravitate, because they can feel the genuine thing. They can feel the energy that, okay, this is genuine. This is, So at that time, probably I was on some fake stuff, trying to fit in or trying to whatever. But now I feel great, man. I feel free, and it's so relaxing. You can
tell because when you're in a room, there's a presence there, and it's really, really dope. So I'm glad that you went down that journey and found that path.
Thank you.
So still on Don't Beg For, there are a couple of things.
Let's go.
All right, but what really, really stood out for me also is when you say it's wrong how we're cussing each other out, we're losing, right? It made me think about what are your philosophies on love, and what are your rules of engagement when it comes to relationships, right? Because if we're cussing each other out and it's like, nah, that's not dope, then it's like, okay, that's not part of the rules of engagement. It doesn't really work here.
Sorry for cutting you. See that line there? That line, we must go ask its owner there, Mr. Bewan. But yes, I get what he's saying, because also me and him, we have, a lot of conversations that are personal and stuff like that, So, obviously I don't want to say too much speaking on a man that's not here, but, relationships are very different.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Very different, and how they are handled is very different too. Like your norm to me might be the most weirdest thing, and my norm in that relationship, you'd be like, that's what y'all do. You know what I mean? So it's always between two people, and if you can find a common ground, a common space where it's like, yo, I feel like this, you know, I want you to know that I feel like this, and you don't feel scared that you might lose that person. That's a safe space. But if you feel like you're gonna express yourself and you're gonna lose that person because of how they might react, you're not safe. You know, you're not in a peaceful relationship. So I feel talking, man, I mean, it's almost like the first setup of what I say also on the confrontation. We're human beings, but we cannot smell each other's feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean? We have to talk even when it's hard. And you know what? Actually, when you have the hard conversations, watch how everything becomes simpler after that.
That's true.
Yeah. So I believe in that. I believe bulamlomo. I'm not in your brain.
Right.
Talk. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's the most smallest thing. I hate when you fart. You know, something. Just say it.
But I'm a human, Jody. I can't keep it in.
Yeah, and it's not gonna stop. That's the thing. So I'll be like, it's not gonna stop. So you're gonna have to be tough. Or is you out? You know, so stuff like that. It's conversations, but you need to have those conversations in order to have a very healthy relationship, because you won't be playing the guessing game in a relationship. That's not what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So earlier on, you also spoke about how one thing that we can do without is like social media, right? And then there's also a line on the joint about, you know, power coupling and how it's such a big thing now. It's all about for the gram, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, though? You know, because in the sense that people, before it became all about the gram and how the power couple aesthetic is, people want to be half of a power couple. They want to be influential. They want to be the best at what they do, and they want their partner to be the best at what they do as well. So the idea of power coupling at its root versus what it's become now, what are your thoughts on that?
The root of it is very it's pure. It's like in a relationship, two people want to be the best, you know what I mean, at whatever they do together, you know what I mean. They want to go do their things separately and come together and share those experiences and become powerful together. You know, the root of it was great, you know, until it became an aesthetic now, right? And then now it's like some people are even forcing it onto themselves, you know, and it puts so much pressure on them, and next thing you hear people breaking up and whatnot. And that's the thing, if you're gonna make it public, everything about your relationship, you know, is gonna come to the public. You know what I'm saying? you know you know what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is, if you're gonna put it out there, don't be now angry when people start dissecting it and start saying marabona hudala so, you know, they start getting in there, because that's what you did. You know, you opened yourselves to strangers, and strangers will come through. And because social media is a place where no one is accountable, because you can't come to me and slap me type of vibe, they will say whatever they want and they will get away with it. So there's nothing you can do about that. So yeah, some people, I think they try so hard to be the power couple, not knowing that they probably are the power couple already, just that you're not famous, and it's fine. It's fine. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Be great at what you're doing genuinely. Because now if you're trying to do it for the people, there's so much to try and catch up with. There's so much to try and, you know, you got to keep up appearances. You got to keep, even when you're mad at this person, now you got to smile for the camera, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's insane.
That one.
So, you know, how it started, it was good. But how it is now, I'm not sure about it, because now people are forgetting to be in those relationships
100%,
and they are being for the people. You know what I'm saying?
So still on this love relationship, so because that theme is in the project, you know, some nasty things also just came out there.
Because I'm an adult.
Mara LL Cool Jody. Tita, what's that big mirror on the ceiling?
Yes.
Hey?
Yes.
And then there's, what is going on?
I want a mirror on the ceiling. I want to see how it looks.
See, I can't even look at you right now.
But I'm just saying, you know, I'm at the same time, you know, you see, when you focus on your relationship, that's when you start, you know, exploring other things. Because now you're not doing it for other things, you're doing it for you too. Right. You know, so you'll start now trying to do other things together, and now you're exploring life together, you experiencing life together. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything for the feed, man. You're just doing it for yourselves, and it becomes dope. Yeah.
So how do you say something so atrociously disgusting with such finesse, though? Because I mean, you listen to it. It's just awkward for those of us who know you in real life. You know what? When you know someone in real life, you don't look at them in that way, you know. Thoughts, and then you hear it. So that's the only reason why it was awkward for someone like me. But the way it was delivered wasn't obnoxious. It wasn't like, oh my God, like those other 1997, 98, 99. It was a bit tricky back in the day with how they used to express those types of things. So how do you make it sexy and not lustful and pornographic
and pornographic and stuff? I think it's because of just how I speak. You know, I think how I speak really comes out on these joints. You know, my mom is a super Christian, so my mom is a super Christian, so you know, I learned how to best articulate myself early, you know, like, and be able to speak properly and not be, you know, too messed up, especially to women, you know. You know, when a strong mother raises you, you kind of take a lot of also their characteristics, and also how you treat women is probably how your mom kind of like raised your ass, you know. So I think it's mostly that, you know. I try as much as I can to speak in that manner, you know, you know, I mean, there's off screen or off the mic sometimes it might get dirtier than that. But all I'm saying is, when I'm in the studio, I try very hard to, because words also putting them together is it's a dope art. So to put it nicely and the delivery and the cadence and everything about it, and it sounds nice. I mean, it's like Janae Aiko for that's how they say it, right? Yes. She has the most angelic voice and says the most dirtiest things. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she's also a Pisces.
But so. You see, what's her signs? We are too much. What's her signs? What can you do? You know? So it's that. It's the sensitivity. Let me say that. Yeah, actually, I said all that. Just said. What the hell? Yeah.
All right, I want to let you gather yourself.
Yeah.
I want to play If You Got It, You Got It, and then we're going to come back and unpack more of these. I also love it too. We'll talk about it. We're still hanging out with Jody. I'm doing too much off air. I don't want to lie to you. All right, so just now you spoke about your mom. You spoke about how when you are raised by especially a strong mother, you tend to take on some of their traits, and it really influences the way that you become as a person. I also know that your pops passed away, and with your parents, who are you most like, and what are the things that you have learned from each of them, the key things that you have learned from each of them that you apply to your life every day?
That's a key question. I'm more like my pops, man. Too much of a free spirit, too much of you know.
Hey, it's Jay.
It's me.
What we doing?
What we doing? Y'all want to chill? You know what I mean? So I have that kind of spirit. He was a Pisces, actually.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Water sign too.
When was his birthday?
4th of March. So and crazy thing, shares a birthday with my firstborn, my daughter.
That is special.
March 4th. It's very special. And
that's very special.
He loved her very much. So but anyway, I'm more like my pops in that sense of, you know, the whole chilled vibe. You know, I just like to be amongst people, you know, and just have fun, you know. My mom is much more serious, very calculated, but she's funny and she's loud. You cannot have a conversation.
Really?
She nah. So you're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So she's like that. She's loud and everything, but I love her to life. And I would say I'm more like my pops. And from both of them, I just learned to really embrace just, you know, how I am, my default settings. You know, so many times I try to customize and I'm like, no, let me do a reset and stick with the default settings. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the main thing for me, man. You know, so many people can be really great. That's why every time when they saying, or when I'm asked, Hore, what would you tell an aspiring artist? I always start by saying, do the introspection first. Really find out if you're the person for this, if you're built for this. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't listen to ourselves.
That's true.
You know, we listen to a whole lot of influence and we think we don't. But
That's
we
true.
listen to a whole lot of, you listen to your friends, you listen to your parents, you don't listen to yourself. You know what I mean? You listen to Twitter, you listen to TV, you listen to music. Even me, if I'm telling you things, don't do that. Don't do what I do.
Don't buy the big mirror.
Yeah, like Reese says, you know, don't do what I do what I say, because I'm trying to tell you, yo, you could, you know, do the best stuff out there if you focus on what you're doing. I mean, for example, today I met 2 young men who are doing something so I didn't think about. Like, they doing upholstery, they making couches, they making headboards, they making this and that. That's so crazy, and they passionate about it. So they did their introspection. They know who they are. They don't try to fit in and say, DJ or photographer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just doing themselves. So I think that's the message I'm trying to push too. Like, so many times we try to be what influences us and we forget that there's a default setting that we need to follow.
You speak about introspection a lot, right?
Yeah.
And it reminds me of when you say on, if you got it, you got it. I'm not stuck on the wrongs, I can't write.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is a difficult concept as a human.
Very
Because
hard.
when you get things wrong, you tend to focus on them. I think that as people, we focus more on what we perceive as failures than what we do on our successes and our
Facts.
achievements, right?
Facts.
So how do you get that right? So how are you working to get it right?
Yeah, the latter. I am working to get it right because it's so hard. That's even me. Just, you see, that's why I said, like, I'm sharing my thoughts as well. That's me also trying to plant that thing in my mind and have it be a repetitive thing. You know what I mean? So when I hear it on that song, how many times am I going to hear it? And how many times am I going to try to practice it? And then I'll get better at it. You know, it's very hard, you know, to not focus on the flopo.
Yes,
you know,
that's
to
true.
not focus on the negative things that people say. You'll find that thing, that negative thing, get one like. Mara that one, Mara it sharp. But Aziz, you're killing it. In a 100 likes,
the thing is, the other
but you
one
focus on
had
the
only
one
had
like
one
one
like.
in that negative thing, because that's how we build.
Right.
So positivity is much more difficult to maintain than negativity. Negative energy is simple. Now we can just be negative and it'll you know what I mean? But positivity is so hard because you got to work for it. So people don't like to work. That's it.
So how do we operate on love, Jody? Because you say I operate on love, I scare fear.
Yeah. Woo. Bar. Bar. Cannot believe I said that. That's so fly.
You did say it though. You did.
See, I was in the mix. I was in there. I operate on love is basically what I do every day when I wake up, man. I try my hardest to operate on love, you know, try to kiss my queen, kiss my princess, and just start the day off on some, you know, I feel good, you know. But it's not always like that. Sometimes I wake up, I'm moody, and I'm like, you know, F the world. I got to say, you know what I'm saying? But it's, like I said, it's just practice. You try to operate on what you love. Like I love making music. Like I love maybe, you know, watching movies. So if you operate on things that make you feel that love energy, try your best to just, you know, attach yourself to those things, you know, and watch what happens in a day. Just watch what happens.
It's hard. Let me tell you why I say it's hard. Especially because with me, for instance, I found where I'm like, I'm operating on love, I'm on my chakra stuff today.
Yeah.
That is the day that everybody works on my damn nerves.
Because what did I say?
All
you gotta work for it.
Bad things happen. Chase. Load shedding isn't happening when it's supposed to happen. It's happening at a different time. Yo. No.
But you know what the trick is? You know what the trick is sometimes? Can I tell you what the trick is?
What's the trick?
To just be. Have you ever try doing that? It's not easy, even for me. Because I worry. I'm a super worrier. Like I worry, I panic,
That's me.
and I try to make sure things are on point and everything. But sometimes you just gotta be, and just be like, hey, I give you little lugis, and then watch. Things will get fixed. Because let me tell you, can I tell you something? You know how many people are operating like that and are rich as hell? There's people that don't care. They are nice. People that don't worry. They nice. All the warriors are working for those people that don't care. You know that, right? Because that's the best employee. Think about it. Every time you're worrying, you want to be on things. You want to touch this and that.
Quick.
And somebody will come. You know what I'm saying? They just expect that somebody will come.
Somebody will come.
Yeah.
Somebody will fix it.
And guess what? Because you worry and you're like, oh, you're gonna run and fix it. That's why you have these different kind of people in the world, and the 99% is people that worry, people that try to be too much in control, and you're not. You know what I mean? So just be, bruh. I mean, it's even in the Bible. Ain't God telling you in his book of bars? He's saying,
wait,
isn't he saying, be still and know that I'm God?
Bars.
It is a book of bars to me. Yeah. That's some fire scripts in the Bible.
I think you can go home. No, Kim Night. I think you could.
Thomas and them, all these guys that wrote these books, those are rappers. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Book of bars.
Yes. My bad.
Social media manager is finished. All right. We've literally got 4 minutes. We're going to try to get through some things real quick.
Yeah.
So you speak about God now. You also say on Sunset Stories, Tales of the Cool, I let God's love comfort me, right?
Yes.
And then on Believe in Me, you make mention of ancestors as well, just in passing. So what is your spirituality like? And do you look up to a higher power? And how does it guide you in your music creation process?
I do believe that there's something above, but it's within as well. So many times we look outside of ourselves, not knowing that thing is right there. It's the voice that's always like just whispering. I don't know why it whispers, but it demands that attention because it has the real, wisdom. The loud voice is the one that you accumulate when you watch TV, when you listen to radio, when you read books and all that stuff, right? It's not the natural one. The natural one is in there, and I think that's the higher power. I think that's the spirit mode that you need to be on and stuff, So yeah, I do believe there is a, we call this energy or this spirit God, but I believe it's there, and I believe when we lose people, they become a part of whatever source that's up there, which is the energy that they come from, because we come from a source. So I believe they also merge with that, and because you have met those people in their flesh form on earth, when they out there, they can do wonders for you, and try to take care of you. It's not like they have like superpowers now all of a sudden, but I believe they can influence whatever that's out there in the spirit world to try and take care of you while you're on this planet. So yeah, I do believe there's something, and my spiritual journey is exactly that, a spiritual journey. I do not have a conclusive thing to say.
100%.
I'm just on the journey right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does it impact the way that you create music?
I always think these things come from somewhere. The higher power thing that's chilling out there, like, yo, this is the next bar. Trust me, it's gonna go off. When you tap into that, that's when you come with the most strongest lines. I believe you come with the strongest subject matter and whatnot, because you're tapped in. So that's when you come with the best stuff. So it guides me when I concentrate, when I wanted to take part with me, because you need that, man. I mean, music is a spiritual thing. That's why sometimes the compliments we get is thank you. It's not that's dope. It's thank you. I was going through something.
Yes.
Heard your voice, heard you say something, and it changed everything.
Yeah.
So thank you. So I think after you hear that, you get addicted. Now you want to touch more people. So yeah.
We are done. We're not done, but we're done.
Yeah, for now. I'll be coming back with the album.
Okay, I think we're gonna do a 2-hour special.
Let's go. Yeah.
No, I've decided. That's actually what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a 2-hour
I hope you're
special.
serious.
No, I'm serious.
It better not be Gollywood talk.
Batong.
I gotta get chega. Habidi maigi it's any camera.
Okay, that was Jody. It was wonderful. Clearly you don't respect me, guys. We're gonna be out. Thank you so much.
You know that.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye. Catch you again for the album, guys. We're officially out. Good night. Goodbye. I'll catch you tomorrow at 6 p.m.